You think of something that's,
They might have done Mockingbird Hill. But
They
no,
did it.
Well, they might have made
They
their
might
own
have did it.
version of it. too.
no, but I'm
That's
talking
not
about
it.
the original hit,
Yeah, the
like
hit.
that Les Paul wrote the song, you
No.
know, like that much.
Look,
Did
Call,
Patty, who did Tennessee Waltz?
That was Patty Page.
That was Patty Page.
that's Patty Page, yeah.
call, what's the HBC's number? That's
And
right.
they're gonna wanna hear from me, I'm sure.
Oh, they help us out all the time.
Really?
Yeah, we're at the bar and we'll get one of these things going, you know, we'll call.
I don't think on a Saturday night, all they get is filling.
Yeah, that's true too, yeah. That happens every night.
No, I know because you, I
But, I
heard
know.
it, and you
Catch it.
called attention to it and said, this is double track, this is one of the first double track recordings.
Well, right.
From the piece,
Double track for vocals, that's what they
piece
know.
or.
I know they'd know. That's, Iacondis is probably the one they would tell you though.
Yeah.
It washed off.
That would be the thing.
Most likely. I met old Les, did I tell you that? Les Paul. I went in, he's like 75 years old or something like that. Whenever he, can I have one piece of pizza while you're up? Every Monday night he plays in a club in New York called Fat Tuesdays, right? With just his little trio, him and a bassist and a drummer. And he was up there playing and all that stuff, and I talked to him afterwards. And one of the things was while he was playing, he kept blowing his nose through the whole thing. He was blowing his nose
You
all the
sure want to
time.
eat this pizza?
Yeah, I can eat it while I'm telling the story. He was,
Oh,
and there was actually, apparently blowing his nose was a little habit or some condition that he had because there was a poster on the wall behind him. It said, Les Paul at Fat Tuesdays every Monday night and all that. It showed him blowing his nose, right? So anyway, so he's...
Cocaine.
No way.
No.
Really show? No.
Yes, he
really.
did. Right, yeah, the one right behind him. There were two of them. One I got that he signed when I talked to him and all that, and he wasn't blowing his nose, but then there was a joke version of that same one where he was blowing his nose.
And he
Anyway.
take it off.
He has some kind of condition.
So he was in a car accident in like the 60s and it goofed up his nose, you know. So he was,
Yeah, I read that someplace.
did you? Yeah.
Yeah, he-
So he was playing,
Yeah, his sign
sitting there,
is-
and he was really getting into this real cool solo and all that. He was really cooking and all that. And while he was playing, big gobber comes hanging. And I swear to you, it was dangling about that far out of his nose. And he's playing and it's swinging back and forth. And he's playing, you know, and he's looking up and he doesn't know. He's totally oblivious to it. And he looks over at his bass player for approval for what he's playing. And his bass player goes, and he goes, and he's going, what? What? You know, and it's, I swear to God. So finally he stopped playing and pulled out his handkerchief and got rid of it, you know.
Oh.
But he's the guy that invented the multi-track recorder. He invented the very first multi-tracking with one, you know, with a woman's voice.
And overlaid and all that.
Yeah, he did it with Mary Ford on their hits, and it was her singing harmony with herself, and it was the first time it was ever done in 1950. And anyway, so I said, yeah, well, Les, I've got an 8-track, and actually the first multi-track that was invented was an 8-track, and I said, I have one at home, and I think about you every time I use it. And he goes, yeah, you probably think about me and say, that old son of a bitch. And I said, no, Les. I said, no, it's really cool. And he said, well, I'm building a new studio, and they offered me a 32-track recorder that they were just going to give to me. And I said, would you make use of a 32-track recorder? And he said, no. He goes, I don't need any 32-track recorder. He goes, all I need is a broad in a cave in New Mexico. It was great.
I thought that was laid off or something.
And the whole thing was photographed the whole time I was talking to him, which is a postscript. Is, you know, the Discovery Network has that Inventors series. They were there taping the whole night, and when he and I were talking, they were over there taping us from this angle, and I didn't even realize until I was done talking to him, and I turned and saw a live video camera in my face. You know, but I never saw it on.
We never
on
saw
the
it, but it might be.
Les, what'd you do with that
Well,
stuff?
that show just started last year, didn't it?
Yeah,
It might turn
Yeah.
out.
Not even a year ago.
it's been on for a little while. Yeah, it has.
It might turn out.
They said, at that point, they said it was starting in October, so it probably started in, this is 91, probably started in maybe in October of 90, yeah.